Hong Kong's mortality protection gap is now more than $500 billion, according to reinsurer Swiss Re. How can this gap be closed? Joining me is Yuen from HSBC Insurance Hong Kong. Candy, it's a big question, but what can be done?
Yes, indeed. Mortality gap in Hong Kong per working person with dependents is ranked second highest in Asia. According to our own study, more than 3 in 5 people with self-paid cover do not know the actual paid out from the policies, or they don't think that they are enough. The coverage is not only about to protect your loved one when you die. We also need to consider coverage for critical illness or outlifting your savings at retirement. So we also have to think about protection in a holistic manner. At HSBC, we're committed to address this mortality gap issue by creating the awareness and also offering the right products. We launched the HSBC Retirement Monitor last year to help people plan for retirement. And we also launched, for example, a comprehensive critical illness plan and a term online product, what we call the HSBC Term Protectant. A very simple term online that you can buy within 5 minutes without any need for medical underwriting.
As you say, you have launched this retirement planning tool, an award-winning retirement planning tool. Tell me more, how does it work?
So it's basically to answer the fundamental question, how much do I need when I retire in Hong Kong? And we try to kind of give you, how much you need for basic retirement life, comfortable and affluent retirement life, based on real data, statistics, and analytics on retirees' consumption behaviors. So a single person retiree needs about $3,000 per month as the expenditure for comfortable retirement. So if you think about that, the average women life expectancy is about 86 years. So if you want to retire 60 years old, you have 26 years needing $3,000 per month. Even if you exclude inflation, you're talking about $1 million that you have to implant. When you start having this conversation, then you start to understand, wow, I do need to start planning perhaps now in my 30s and rather than in my 50s. So having this awareness to start planning, or at least having the conversation earlier, definitely helps.
But is consumer behavior changing? Are people saving more?
I think people start to at least to aware this is a problem or a challenge that they can't just hide, right? Because people in Hong Kong, they do care deeply about savings for retirement. The last thing they want is to create a financial burden for the kids and the loved ones, right? However, not every one of us know exactly how to prepare for retirement and exactly how much we need, to save for retirement and starting from rent. So those are the questions that, people are struggling with, because you either start saving earlier and more disciplinedly, or you have to adjust your realistic assumption what kind of retirement lifestyle you would be having.
What particular challenges do you face understanding and communicating with modern consumers?
Nowadays, I think digital becomes a very integral part of our daily lives. Absolute relevance is the only entry point. Because if you think about it, how many irrelevant messages you get, every day. So getting a better understanding in terms of how people behave and how people think, what clicks with them, is absolutely critical. At HSBC, we invest heavily, on customer analytics, big data, customer insight. We regularly commission a study on understanding online behaviors of our target segments and also the broader market segment as well. Because through these, we can actually develop products that are most relevant and also create and add value to our customers. And in this way, we aim to develop all the right product and provide it at the right time and via the right channel as well. Because nowadays, I think with the digital technology advancement, we have new medias, new platforms to interact with our customers. And so that's why we are crazy and passionate about this customer centricity approach, because only then you could win the hearts and the minds of our customers.
Candy, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. You can find out more about effective retirement planning at worldfinance.com. And please subscribe for more pensions and insurance news, as well as all the latest insights from World Finance.